We should be good.
All right, we should be all set.
And wait, I just got one more thing to do. We have to do the time. Where is it?
And then go back. Summary.
Okay.
We're all set?
Yep.
Okay. Meeting of the Board of Public Works for Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021, at 6 PM is hereby called to order. Roll call, please.
Bruce Bailey,
Present.
Pamela Akers,
Present.
Denise Collins.
Present.
Okay.
Okay, approval of the January 28th, 2020 minutes. Need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. I think I was there.
Okay, great. All right, I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
I'm excused.
Approval of the February 28th, 2021 meeting minutes. Need a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve. I probably wasn't at these meetings.
No, you weren't.
But I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion's carried.
And I was excused again. I
Approval of the
wasn't
May
there.
25th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
I will second.
Great. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, we're on item number 6.
All right, just give me a little, I gotta catch up.
Okay.
Take your time. Here it is.
Page 15.
Assume there's no like saving. Yeah, now.
Okay.
Next one, yeah.
All right, item number 6, discussion and decision to award a contract for the project 1923 Ramsey Avenue sanitary sewer relay to Wilcom Excavating in the amount of $132,510. And who's going to handle that one?
Okay, so on June 2nd, we opened bids for a project to repair a sanitary sewer on Ramsey Avenue. We got seven bidders, which is very good. And the low bidder was Wilcom Excavating. And you can see from the numbers that the value in bidding, because there's a large difference between the low bidder and the high bidder, so. And this is funded through the sanitary sewer utility.
Quick question. Have we ever worked with them before?
Yes, we have.
Okay, fantastic.
I'll make a motion to award the contract for the project at 1923 to Wilcom Excavating in the amount of $132,510.
I will second.
Okay, seconded by Collins. Any further discussion? That is the low bidder. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion's carried. Item number 7, discussion and decision to approve an ordinance to repeal and recreate Chapter 31 of the Greenfield Municipal Code relating to construction, site erosion, and sediment control. Mr. Katz.
So this is the one we brought back. There were questions last time.
Oh, I remember.
What changed, because this is basically modifying an existing one. So we provided in the packet, we provided the ordinance, and in red, we show everything that was added or if it's crossed out, deleted. So it's all ministerial changes.
And I just had a question. Why are you taking out the table of contents? Is that something that we're doing? I just know when I used to do a lot of research, the table of contents is actually very helpful.
Yeah, so for this particular ordinance, we don't have we don't have a table of contents, which is consistent with other similar
Okay.
ones. So,
Like I said, I used to do a lot of research at one point.
yeah. Do we have a motion?
Okay, yes, we need a motion to approve that ordinance to repeal and recreate Chapter 31 of the Greenfield Municipal Code relating to construction site erosion and sediment control.
Motion made,
Motion.
yeah. So
Motion
approve
made by-
and repeal and recreate.
By Alderperson Akers, and is there a second?
I will second.
Seconded
18.
by Alderperson Collins. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. Number 8, discussion and decision to approve an ordinance to repeal and recreate Section 312(5)B of the municipal code relating to erosion control permits.
So this is another one we're bringing back. This has to do with erosion control permits. In here, it shows in red what was added. Basically, what was added was for erosion control permits, we take a cash deposit to pay for our services to do this for commercial construction sites.
Do we know approximately what that usually runs? Because
It all depends on the site. It could be many thousands of dollars for something like a major development, like what happened at 84 South, or it could be less than that for a smaller commercial site. It's one small building.
okay, just us making
Actual
sure that it's
cost.
all,
That makes sure that it doesn't, the city doesn't pay for that service. It's paid for by the developer.
Makes sense. Great minds think alike. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance to repeal and recreate Section 3.12, 5, little small b of the municipal code relating to erosion and control permits.
second,
A motion by Alderperson Collins and a second by Alderperson Akers to approve the ordinance to repeal and recreate Section 312(5)B of the municipal code. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. Number 9, discussion and decision to approve an agreement allowing a shed, landscaping, electrical wiring, and related appurtenances to remain in the city right-of-way.
Okay, so there's a property on 40th Street. It's 4940 40th Street, and next to that property was a city right-of-way that was put there many, many years ago, just on the thought that it would be needed to extend Holmes Avenue. But since then, the neighborhood there to the east was developed as a subdivision, and now that piece of right-of-way is no longer needed for a street. We discovered that the homeowner there has a shed built in the city's right-of-way. It's not a problem, so we've decided that we could give him a permit and have it there as an easement, so he can keep his shed there, not hurting anything. It guarantees that he cuts the grass and not us. And as long as, according to this agreement that we're voting on tonight, that if we ever had to do something there, he would have to remove the shed. There is also a water line going through there, so we can't sell that or give that land away. We need to keep the right of way, but we can also allow the shed there.
I'm assuming that the neighbors on both sides are taking care of that property and we're not? Or are we, John?
Yeah, it's primarily wooded, so between the two of them, the grass is getting cut.
So if the emerald ash borer comes there, we're up for
That would be
one?
on us. That would still be on us.
Okay, All right, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement allowing the shed accordance with our contract with them or agreement with them.
Yeah, and I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made by Alderperson Akers, seconded by Alderperson Collins, to approve the allowing a shed and landscaping, electrical wiring in our city right away. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Item number 10, discussion and decision to sign an agreement with Milwaukee County for the Greenfield share of the cost to operate and maintain a traffic signal at the intersection of 35th Street and Layton Avenue.
So as you know, Layton Avenue is under construction. One of the
I
things.
wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't go down it several times today.
Yeah, it is. It is. The people that live there really have a lot to put up with. So as a part of that project, they're replacing the traffic signal at 35th Street. Because 35th Street is our street and Layton Avenue is the county's street, we share the cost of that signal. So this is just a formal agreement between the county and Greenfield regarding cost to operate and maintain. So for example, if there's a knockdown, we share the cost of repairing it or replacing bulbs, electricity, that sort of thing.
Can I ask, are they going to upgrade it to a,
Yeah, it's going to be upgraded. It's going to be black decorative. They're going to have signal heads over each lane, which is the more modern way to do it. It's going to have a handicap crossing where it speaks to you, so person, if they're hard of hearing, or if they're
Nice.
blind, they hear it and they can do that. So, yep.
That's good. I wanted to make sure it had those features because I'm hoping now that we'll have sidewalks there
And there's going to be sidewalks on Layton. Yep.
Excellent.
and with the middle school there, I think it's
Yeah.
to upgrade those intersections when we can.
Yeah, it's a big improvement.
Wonderful.
I will make a motion to sign the agreement with Milwaukee County for the Greenfield share of the cost to operate and maintain the traffic light at the intersection of 35th Street and Layton Avenue.
I'm excited, and I will second it.
Excellent. So motion's been made by Alderperson Akers, seconded by Alderperson Collins, to share the costs of the traffic signal at 35th Street and Layton Avenue. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Number 11, discussion decision to adopt an ordinance amending section 8.04 of the Greenfield Municipal Code regarding a parking zone reserved for persons with disabilities at 3360 South 46th Street.
We received a request for handicap parking at that location, and we've granted those in the past. Our city ordinance requires that the homeowner pay for the signs for that, which is $255.
Wow. Okay.
Can I ask, are we reviewing any of the older ones? I know at one point we talked about doing that because there seems to be a lot of those. I know in my subdivision, there's quite a few of those. And I know at one point we were talking about reviewing those and seeing if those are still warranted to keep those, because especially we have a lot of parking crunches in our neighborhood, and some of those people do use those to stop people from parking in front of their homes.
Yeah, so we should probably do that on a case-by-case basis. We have removed a few in the last couple of years where people, because they maybe bought the house and they wanted to park there and they didn't, of course, have the card, so they didn't want to get a ticket. So.
I'm just thinking, there's definitely a need for it and sometimes, but there might be some that are really, really old, and we might want to look at some of the really old ones.
Yeah.
And see if they're still warranted.
We could follow up on that.
Okay. I will make a motion to adopt the ordinance to amend section 8.04 of the Greenfield Municipal Code regarding a parking zone reserved for persons with disabilities at 3360 South 46th Street.
And I will second.
Okay, motion is made by Alderperson Akers, seconded by Alderperson Collins. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Oh, one quick question though. Are they told when they get the permit that if they should ever move or that they should let us know?
Yeah, we do inform them.
Okay,
They may not
good question.
remember that part.
We have been informed recently and removed two. I couldn't tell you the address, though.
Can you tell us what some?
I think they were by
My-
your.
They were
by
your
you.
district,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in
But
my
we've
subdivision.
had multiple requests in your district too.
Yes, I know why some of those reasons are, and some of them, they are needed, I know.
Okay, item number 12, the Superintendent of Public Works report.
Good evening, thank you. This last month, we've been busy with summer projects, some of them which include upgrades to command staff equipment in the police department's vehicles. Asphalt crew has been out responding to service requests, as well as a larger scope asphalt project at Don Elmquist Park, formerly known as Honey Bear Park. The guys will be out there, and girls will be out there tomorrow laying some fresh asphalt that surrounds the newer playground equipment and stuff like that. So that'll be nice to tidy that up and finish that job. We've been doing some extensive median maintenance, weeding or de-weeding treatments for that, as well as mulching and weeding the beds there, as well as other city buildings here, sprucing up some stuff. So it's been going well. Still doing the programmed sanitary sewer cleaning as well as sanitary televising. Our new equipment is in use and it's going well. We had a great collaborative effort with our IT department, Steve Turnicliffe, Jeff Tamblin from engineering, and the rep from the company to get everything on board. So when we took possession of it, we're out flying with it.
Can I just ask, what is sanitizing televised?
Sanitary sewer,
Sanitary sewer televising.
What is
scoping
that?
it out.
So the sanitary sewers, which take your shower water, laundry water, or other
right,
water
right.
from your homes, that goes into our main line, and we televise that and record that and put eyes on that on a cycle so that we know the conditions and we report the conditions. There's a coding system for that.
Okay.
So we code that and we work collaboratively with engineering and decide what needs repairs or what doesn't.
I'm
So,
sorry,
yeah.
I didn't know they. You
Pretty
did that.
important stuff to do, you know, nobody pays attention to the things you can't see, and all that stuff's underground, so, it's a big part of what we do. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
it's
I
out, no,
didn't
and it's a
know
great
that,
question.
so
It's
thank
out every
you.
day.
We should put some of that video on YouTube, John.
That's,
could.
that's all right. I'll take a pass on watching that.
So,
Thank you.
sure. And we're also doing some concrete bus pad work for Milwaukee County Transit System. They've expanded some routes, and we're installing those. The guys prepped them today. They should be pouring them on Thursday or Friday of this week. Loomis Road, a couple locations over there by Zablocki Park, 35th Street over there as well, and over by Educators Credit Union on Loomis. So we recently installed one up here by Meyer.
Do they reimburse us at all for that?
I'm not aware of that, Bruce. It's a
No.
collaborative effort.
They don't. We do that as a service to the residents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we do the ones on Layton, or does the county do those?
We do those. So we've installed a fair amount on Layton, stretching out to Highway 100 over the years, and then we do the winter snow removal maintenance on all of them in our city as well, so.
You're talking about the pads where people get off on,
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So
Some of the pads, or some of the locations have a front door pad only, some of them have front and mid.
did we ever do one on 74th in Layton?
We did.
Okay,
On
good.
74th, just south of Layton for a resident, a
Yep.
few years back, yeah.
Yeah, I had,
Good guy.
yep, I know who that resident is.
Crack sealing is out. We're currently out on the western end of town, doing some touch-up work over there. Line striping, we hope to get out in the next week or so. Pavement marking. Street lighting. So we have bucket truck training, aerial bucket truck training scheduled for next Tuesday. We had a little preliminary work or training done a few weeks ago, and we're bringing back the trainer for some of our lesser experienced operators, and just knowing that we have to onboard everybody as we continue on as a city in a Public Works Department. They also did a fair amount of lighting replacement at the outfield lights for Conkle Park. That took a little bit. Those are higher masts up there, and
They work well.
yeah. So, other than that, drop-off center improvements we've done. We're near the completion of the what I would call a warming hut rebuild. That's our facility. John's Disposal runs it. Their current warming hut was fairly dilapidated, and that's putting it mildly. So, actually painting the interior today, and hopefully be done by the end of the week with that. So, and we're also looking into meeting on site on Thursday to get a functional lift system for the electronics trailer where the residents drop off the electronics, so the staff there and/or the residents don't have to physically lift it up over 40 inches. So I think it's a good investment. Excavation training, we performed that and had that held out at our west yard out on 117th and Morgan with Civmic, our insurance company. That went very well. We had 2 sessions with our entire staff. Had some good feedback from the guys and good feedback from the trainers. I may have mentioned this, but we did do electrical infrared testing here at City Hall as well as DPW. They just use an infrared camera to look for hot spots in the electrical panels and such like that, and we fared very well. So forestry, we're continuing our inventory, still out there. Kyle is still out there doing the northeast portion of the city. He's north of Cold Spring, east of 60th. So we're wrapping up. We should be done by the end of July. So we started last May. We're doing sightline pruning and pruning around our street lights so that, you know, you get the good projection of the lighting that is in place. Compost is still available and wood chips while they last, both at DPW and out on the western end of town at our west yard. So wind-related responses, we had a handful of responses on Sunday with those high winds we had over the night. Couple city trees in our right-of-ways, whether they're in park areas or on the streets. A lot of them were private trees, which we simply try and cut back for the resident, get them off the road and maybe help them out as much as we can, and then, you know, just let them know that, you know, the rest of the cleanup is up to them. But they've been pretty understanding with that. So we fared pretty well with that. So last but not least, certainly we've been doing some retention basin rehab out there by Clear Channel, and then the guys just did one right in front of the LEC in that retention basin there, and went very well. So we took advantage of the dry conditions that we had to take care of that work. So
Hopefully
thank
we
you.
don't have those much longer.
Right. We could use some rain.
We need it before the 4th of July.
Right. We do need it.
I did get a compliment to your crew
Okay.
by a couple neighbors. They are very, very thankful for those signs you put up in Shirley Crest for Memorial Day and 4th of July about the no parking in there. As my neighbor said to me, she goes, it was impossible before those signs went up to see to get in and out of our subdivision because of the parking.
Sure.
And they're very happy that you do that.
Okay.
And I do have a question for you about the drop-off center, but that's after the meeting.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. And item number 13, engineering report.
Sure. For tonight's report, just wanted to give you a very brief update on some of our road projects that are going on currently. As we discussed earlier, the Milwaukee County Layton Avenue project is progressing. Currently, they're working on the north side of the road, and they plan to begin paving concrete this week. Once the north side is complete, they will begin work on the south side of the road.
Is it going to be paved with, are they doing concrete or are they doing asphalt?
It will be concrete. Over on the west side of the city, the Department of Transportation is continuing their project on Highway 100. They are paving new asphalt and upgrading the signal at Layton Avenue. So that work is still on schedule with completion sometime by this fall. The Wisconsin DOT is also performing a rather minor project to put a polymer overlay on the 116th Street and 124th Street bridges over Interstate 43. It's just a thin coating on the concrete to protect the bridge. They began that work, I believe, this week, and that work's being done with nighttime bridge closures only. Here on the Greenfield local projects, we have our Cold Spring Road pavement repair project that's ongoing. Currently, they're working between 84th Street and 92nd Street. Traffic is rather narrow through that section, so I encourage everyone to avoid it if they can. Beginning tomorrow, Cold Spring Road will close between 76th Street and west to the Pick and Save parking lot, only a few hundred feet. That's going to be a full pavement replacement and should be complete within 3 weeks. Also this week, the contractor will be beginning on the section right out front here of City Hall between Forest Home Avenue and 68th Street. Again, it's just a spot replacement of pavement that's in poor condition, so 2 lanes of traffic will be maintained at all times, but again, it will be narrow lanes, so I do encourage everyone to try to find a different route if they can. That project is still on schedule for completion sometime in August. Our other major reconstruction project is the Phase 2 of the neighborhood south of Morgan Avenue. That project is scheduled to start in August with completion by the end of October. And in the next several months, we will begin in-depth design for next year's projects to improve roads throughout the city, as well as a improvement to the traffic signals at the intersections of 47th and Layton and also 60th and Edgerton. So some public involvement will begin later this year for those projects. Thank you.
Just one quick question. For the closures on 76th and Cold Spring, are we gonna put a detour into the subdivision? Any detour signs or anything like that, or?
We are not posting a formal detour for this, just because of the minor time that it's going to be closed, 3 weeks maximum. We have had the portable message signs up for the last week informing the public about the closure. The Pick and Save entrances will still be open off of Cold Spring Road for residents from the west, and then also on 76th Street for any of the residents approaching the area from the east. So that, unfortunately, for those 3 weeks, the traveling public will find their way around, I think, rather easily, but it should be a very quick project with a short closure.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, item 14, other topics for future agendas. Anybody got anything else?
No.
All right. Item 15,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion by Alderperson Collins, seconded by Alderperson Akers to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. We're adjourned at 6:31.
Wow.
All right, great.
6:30 according to mine.
All right. We're done quick.
Like it. Right, I always forget where that.
Yes.
Question about drop-off cars.
That is.
You know, there's
For the,
plastic,
Bins?
no, wagons over on the side.
Yeah.
Are those up for grabs?
Yeah. Those,
So I can go grab one of those?
do you ever talk to Gary and?
oh, okay.
Done.
This guy wants to be on
Done,
the,
you know what, I saw these other things in here, I'll try to
oh,
do
yeah,
it
oh,
better
great.
next time.
So,
Forgot about all this things.
I'm all for that.
And their dad had to, I had like one of those plastic sheds, so when we took down the fence and to do the concrete, we had to
So,
move my plastic.
how do we get
shed.
Here they all are.
And it's gonna be put
I
on the agenda.
accidentally, so I didn't realize that,
Next town council is gonna be out.
I have to make
Okay, good. All right,
sure
thanks.
I hit save.
Do Is it
Under
red?
here, save
Because
as,
it doesn't say.
save as
There's one
passed.
back there.
I don't think it did. And
What do you want?
you can actually do this, I did it 2 times on one,
Functional?
Yes, I didn't.
and then I deleted the one that was the extra one.
I just want.
But then there's something up here.
I think that's why I leave them there.
Completed, I don't know
People
what to
say,
do with this.
you know, so, yeah, we'll make it happen. Okay.
Okay, okay, I'll catch up.
And I haven't been back over there, but I was like,
Oh,
Anyhow,
that would be really nice to get one, he's like, find it.
Stop in, yeah, they're good guys.
motion
Yeah,
name.
the kids, he was in Drake's,
Was it
because
auto
we always
save
get
on?
like
Yeah, so it
36
auto
pack of
saves.
water, and he
Okay,
hates
good.
hearing it, and so he like uses
But you
that
can always
to
click
call
on
it.
set
All right,
current when
cool.
you're on that current item. Like if
Would,
you're on that, you can set it.
Would you guys be open to a open house at DPW so we could show you some of the stuff we do? I know
That would,
Denise.
I would
talked
love
about
it. I would love it.
I mean, I would open it up to all city departments. I mean, some
Yeah.
people know what we do and some people don't. Do it in the morning from like 9 till noon, just to gather that information so you guys can give consistent answers when you're
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to interrupt. What are you talking about
Sanitized
there?
televising, yeah, so,
We get some great video.
what?
There's some great video.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah,
great
like I
video.
said, I'll
Yeah.
take
We're
a
gonna
pass on
have
that.
we're gonna have the
But
video.
it just gives you the
We'll have popcorn.
And video.
basics,
All
you know,
pass.
different colored flags in my yard. Why are there flags in my yard?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Well,
but
there's-
that would be really interesting. I would
alright.
love it.
All
I
right.
would really love it.
Wonder what the
Okay.
difference of doing
Yeah,
this.
when I got elected, I got a tour of your works.
Yeah, I remember
when I-
Dan
Just
gave me a
voting and-
tour.
Dan.
I'd be glad.
Yeah, I know Natalie
Dan
wants
gave
to
me-
go.
You didn't get a tour.
No, we kind of discussed it and we kind of ended up, I think COVID.
COVID
got
hit.
ahead.
Kinda like,
Yeah,
We
and
messed
it,
up everything.
it died.
We could do it. It would be,
Don't you usually take like the grade schools over there or something?
Second
Yeah,
grade
he
tour.
was telling me that, yeah.
So, yes, I don't think my kid got to go because he was in second grade last year.
yeah. It takes about 45 minutes to, we just
I
go
know,
right
that's
through.
I'll just take Alistair with me so he can get the.
There you
tour.
go.
I actually did get to tour the one, what is that, Milwaukee by, the big cesspool.
Jones Island?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's actually interesting to
It-
me.
it really was. I, believe it or not, you know, I actually did enjoy it.
You know, quarries have tours, you know, some quarries have open houses.
And I have been on a
Very
quarry tour
informative.
too.
So,
Hey, are you gonna take anything and look behind what's going on in that wall behind you?
I took pictures, and yeah, we're gonna look and see what
Going
it
on
is.
with the
If it's
wall?
water damage, I
Oh.
took pictures, we're gonna look into what's
Water
going
from-
on.
You can touch
from
the screen too
ceiling?
if you want.
I'm not sure yet.
Because didn't we
But
just get a new
sometimes it's
roof
kinda-
over here?
Community center's new, we had repairs done here in 12, 13,
Yeah, remember, we got the new rubber or whatever up there.
but it varies, right? I mean, sometimes it's bowed out really much, and then other times
Really?
it's not so much, yeah, so
When
it's
it's
fluctuates.
warmer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that picture, I never even noticed, look at it.
That's it?
Oh.
Yeah.